for you this morning. It's on page 114. It talks about Isaiah testifies that one day he saw God in a vision seated on the throne with the train of his robe filling the temple. There were angels around him singing, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." That's Isaiah 6:3. God's presence was so powerful that the doorposts began to shake and smoke filled the temple. Listen, it was so powerful, Isaiah immediately began to see his flaws. And when he took a good look at himself, he didn't feel worthy to be in God's presence. He said, "Woe is me, for I am lost, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of people of unclean lips." In other words, I do things I shouldn't do. I say things I shouldn't say. Why would God take time to touch somebody like me? He knew he could never measure up to God's standard of holiness. You see, when you have a real encounter with God, he'll allow you to see yourself. He'll allow you to see your sin. When we really get into presence and look at ourselves in the light of God's perfect holiness, we see the truth about ourselves. And that's hard to do. It's hard to admit that we've done wrong and gotten out of the will of God. But if you're ever going to get in position where you can help somebody else, you've got to be honest with yourself. Admit that you have shortcomings. You have some ways about you that need changing. Nobody is perfect, and we never will be as long as we're in the flesh. However, we all need an encounter with God to cleanse us and prepare us to minister to those we've called to. Wow, that's pretty powerful. And I want to let you know, if you're messed up, now's not the time to turn around and go back. The enemy wants to convince us that we are not worth the effort of God. But don't believe what the enemy says about you. Believe what God says about you. And how are we going to know what God says about us? Without getting in the Word. God says you are worth it. You are worth it because I sent my only begotten Son to die on the cross. Even though he was raised again, he did suffer for us because God felt we were worth it. All right? Receive that for yourself. Have a victorious day in the Lord. Go on and bless his name. Ask God to forgive you and then come on back in the fold.